Hi everyone, it's Kino here. Thanks so much for tuning in to this live stream broadcast. You can watch the high quality replay on omstars.com, and I'd love to see you there. You get a 14-day free trial. And I'm going to be doing a live backbending workshop this weekend at 1 p.m. I've got a whole bunch of other live workshops. You can check my website, KinoYoga.com. And if you're not a subscriber to my YouTube channel, I of course think you should subscribe. Okay, so now that I've got this all set up, we are going to get started. Please remember to like this video and leave me a comment and practice every day. Okay, here we go. Hi everyone, it's Kino here. Welcome to Yin Yoga for relaxation and meditation to open your heart. Come to a comfortable seated position and we'll initiate the space of practice with the holy vibration of Om. So allow yourself a long, steady, deep breath in. Keeping your eyes closed, rest your hands down to any comfortable position. Notice the quality of your breath as it moves in and out of the body, resting the mind on this steady flow of ingoing and outflowing breath. Keep the mind concentrated on the awareness of breath as breath. Then bringing the mind into awareness of the body, just notice generally whatever sensations seem to pop up on the surface and the field of the body. Just notice sensation as sensation, body as body. And then notice the quality of your mind and your emotions, noticing thought and feeling as thought and feeling. So allowing yourself to find a thread that ties through the intersection of thought, emotion, body, sensation, and breath. Let this simple thread of awareness be an anchor that tethers the mind into the present moment, the here, the now, as you are. And then allow yourself a long and conscious deep breath in. As you exhale, let's softly open the eyes and we'll gently begin. Slowly begin to feel the spinal axis and just be aware of the position of the spine. Then moving through some gentle spinal extension. Inhale as you lift the ribs up and away from the hips, and then exhale as you twist gently over to the right. And we'll hold this just for a few breaths and let your mind simply be aware of the ever-changing field of sensations that arise within the body. This movement, for example, might be easy or it might be difficult. Either way, the purpose is not to find the easy movement, but instead to find ease and flow even amidst difficulty. Inhale, let's come on back to the center, and then we'll pop on over to the other side. Inhale, lift the center of the chest, and then exhale, easy twist over to the left. Notice the epicenter of movement in the action of twisting. So for example, you might feel that as you twist your spine, that is primarily localized within the thoracic spine or around the rib cage. You might yet still feel some pull or tug around the muscles close to the pelvis, or even close to your hips. And just be very aware. Inhale, back to the center. Exhale, stabilize. Now let's add a lateral stretch into the movement. Inhale, lift the center of the chest up. Exhale, just gently over to the side. Inhale, lift. By externally rotating the left shoulder, and we'll hold this here for just a few breaths. Notice the quality of your mind that seems to want to push harder, that says that, harder, deeper, more is better. And instead, see if you can cultivate that what is simply enough. So that this movement, in whatever depth it reaches your body, let it be enough for right now, with no need to do anything else other than be here. Inhale, come on back to the center, and now let's go on over to the other side. So prepare for the movement by lifting the ribs away from the hips and drop your left arm down. Roll through the external rotation of the right shoulder and reach and lift. Then again, watch the quality of mind. Is there a place inside of your mind that says, I should be working harder than this? Or I should be forcing going deeper? Is it possible to just let all that go and instead just be with what you feel as you feel? Is there the slight tinge of resistance, of war, of a feeling of aggression between you and your body? And can you let that go and instead return to peace and harmony? Inhale, come on back to the center. Exhale, just stabilize there for a moment. Now let's turn over to the side, or I'm going to turn over to the side, and we'll do what's often referred to as the fire log pose. So stacking the shin bones on top of each other. You might notice at first that this posture is not so easy for you. That in fact, when you try to put your right foot on top of the left knee, that the knees stay elevated like this. If this is what the posture looks like for you, I want you to grab a yoga block and put it underneath each of your knees so that those can be completely supported, all right? If you're having any pressure on your ankles, if the ankle is sickling out, I want you to activate your ankles a little bit. And then we'll just hold on here, being aware that resting the knees on blocks sends a message to the hips that they can release. And of course, if you're not in need of using the blocks, you don't need them. You can pop them on over to the side. Remember, it's not about competition. Don't compare yourself with me. Don't compare yourself with where you were 10 years ago. Just be where you are. Now, we'll add a little bit of a forward fold into this. So lift the rib cage up and away from the hips, and then exhale, just gently pivot forward. You may notice an immediate increase in sensations along the outer band of your thigh, potentially leading up into your glutes. If you do, rest assured that that's exactly what we're doing here. But make sure that there's no pain, sharp pain, or really any type of pain in the outsides of the knees, or especially not on the insides of the knees. If you do feel that, please grab a block, elevate the hips, elevate the knee. Then you might find that as you stay for a little bit longer, that your chest allows you to drop down. You may find that you can rest the hands on the forehead, or you may find that now's the appropriate time to grab that yoga block and just rest your head on the yoga block. Again, there's no real competition. There's nowhere to go, nothing to do. Just accept where you are. Drop the war between you and your body, the fight between you and whatever your reality is, and instead just be here with breath, body, and mind. Notice the places of tightness and see if you can soften those as your nervous system gently moves into a calm, quiet space of equanimity. We'll be here for just a few more breaths. So you can figure out if that block is maybe no longer necessary, or if you're happy where you are, or if you want to just deepen it a little. And then let's drop the hands down. Inhale, let's come on all the way up and exhale there. We're almost done, but not yet. We're going to add in a very light twist to this movement. So inhale, lift the center of the chest again. And then just as we did before, a very light and very subtle spinal twist. This may lessen the burden that you felt around one part of the body and redistribute that to another part of the body. And really just be very aware, very conscious of what you feel as you feel. If there are points of resistance where you feel like you want to hit it really hard, see if you can soften that and instead just return to a calm, equanimous mind. Okay, let's come on back to the center. Slowly lift your legs out of that fire log pose, bend the knees together, and exhale, just round the back in for a moment. And lightly scan through the body so that you're aware of what you feel as you feel it. Don't judge, force, or try to control. Just be there as you are. Then inhale, lift the head up, and we'll go for the other side. So, I'll show you from the front side this time. So the shin bone is long, parallel kind of with the front of the mat or the side of the mat. Either way, straight line. Then your left foot stacks on top of the right knee. So we're looking at stacking the legs on top of each other, and the idea being that when you look down, you should see a triangle. So if you see your triangle, you're in a good shape. So just be very aware that triangular shape down here, supporting the knees as I instructed you before. If you need any support for the elevated position that might happen, put blocks or some bolsters or pillows or whatever you got lying around your home around. Then we'll begin to lean forward. So really get nice and comfortable. Then inhale, lift the center of the chest slightly up and out of the pelvis. And then exhale, just pivot gently forward. You can take the hands on the ground if you reach there, but if not, just wherever your hands seem like they'd like to go. One side might be tighter than the other, and what can often happen as one side is tighter than the other is that there's this tendency to judge that side and say, oh, that's my bad side. Oh, that's because this happened, that's because that happened. But then instead of doing yoga, you've begun to activate the judgmental mind. So see if you can just remain equanimous, drop the war with what is, stop wanting it to be any different than what it is, and just be there. Now, you might find that you want to wiggle a little bit around, that's all right. You might find that you can drop down onto the elbows. You might find that it's appropriate to drop the head down for a moment. Notice the quality of your breath. Notice the quality of your mind, the feeling in the body. And again, just be very aware of all that you feel, very aware of all the sensations in the body. We'll be here for maybe just one more breath. So really make peace with what you are, where you are, and what you feel. Drop the hands down and inhale. Let's come on up. Now we'll begin to add in a little bit of a twist. So nice and easy. Inhale, lift the center of the chest, and exhale. Let's allow a subtle twist over to the left. Keep it nice and easy here as the navel draws in towards the spine. With your back hand, so with the left hand, push forward just a little bit so you can keep the weight from dumping down. And if you need to instead rest your hand, your back hand on a block or on a pillow instead of the floor, that's totally acceptable. Just find the place where you can comfortably move delicately and in. Then inhale, let's come on back to the center. Notice the quality of your mind and your emotions, places that you might feel resistance, places that you might feel a little bit of difficulty. Observe that. And then inhale, draw the knees in towards each other. Exhale, round the back. So we're here to bring health, vitality back into the body and to train the mind to be in a calm and equanimous space. When you enter the space of a healthy, healed body and a calm mind, mind and body come into harmony. And then of course you experience these benefits like increased immune function, heart and mind coherence, and the whole body is just optimized. And you don't need to hit it too hard to achieve that. In fact, the harder you hit it, sometimes the further away those deeper benefits are. Okay, let's come on over onto the hands and knees. Now, draw your knees in towards each other, and then exhale, let's roll back to child's pose. Drop the top of the head down, and easy, allow your shoulders to lengthen away from the body. So from wherever you land, straighten the elbows, roll the shoulder blades away from the body, and then just inch forward with your hands. And this allows your back and your shoulders to participate in the child's pose. We'll stay here for just a couple breaths, allowing the whole back to release down over the body. Keep the attention rolling through the body in a calm, harmonious space, allowing your mind to slip under the frequency of thought into a deep space of ease and flow, almost as though you tap into an undercurrent of well-being, a space of harmony, peace, and tranquility. Now, slowly inhale, roll forward to the top of the head, and press into the arms, open your knees, and now we'll do the puppy pose. You may need to walk your knees back a little, just depending where you are in the mat. Walk the hands forward, and then exhale. Again, top of the head or forehead on the mat. Come up onto your fingertips. And then really widen the shoulders. So you move the shoulders away from the spine and away from the ears. And then gently lift the ribs so away from the shoulders, and then lift the hips away from the ribs. So you have a lengthening experience in the spinal axis, allowing the armpits to reach towards the ground. We'll stay here for a few more breaths. Staying up on the fingertips, notice the points of resistance. Notice the points of discomfort. See if you can make peace with them. We're almost there. Drop the hands back down. Lift your head up. Walk the hands back, and now we're going to come up to downward facing dog. So widen through the shoulders, keeping the feet about hips width apart. And then inhale, send the hips back and up. And here we are in downward facing dog. So as we're here in the downward dog, just take a few moments to breathe and feel. The navel draws in towards the spine, allowing yourself to feel breath. How is the breath? Feel the body. How is the body? Notice the places of discomfort and notice the places of comfort. All the while dropping your mind into a space even deeper down than all those light disturbances of the mind. Okay, then slowly let's drop the knees back down on the ground, and we'll work, thread the needle. Inhale, lengthen the right arm up. So just reach up, creating again that rotation in the torso. Then exhale, slide and the right shoulder down, extending your left arm so the fingers reach again out. So it's almost like puppy pose with a light stretch. Stay here for a few breaths and ask yourself this question: how can I soften? How can I surrender? How can I be in a space of more ease and flow? Whatever difficulty seems to arise, how can I choose ease and flow? How can I choose to simply accept what is without needing it to be better? How can I make peace with my reality exactly as it is? Let's go for one more long, deep breath. And inhale. Come on back to your hands and knees plank. Okay, here we are again. Now, let's prepare for the other side. So be sure you start off in a neutral spine, so not too much here. not too much there, just kind of right in between. Inhale, feel the rotation through the torso. Again, you don't need to hit it too hard, but really lift and lengthen, and then exhale. Gently guide the left shoulder down, and you could hook the left shoulder on the right knee a little bit, and then extend outward, coming up onto the fingertips. Now you may notice tension. So what I want you to do is to find those places, those little knots of tension, and then just say to them, it's okay. You can be here too. I'm your friend, we're friends. Welcome every wave of tension. Do not fight, do not resist. Just be with it. What is simply is. If tightness is present, just observe tightness is present. If you have a strong reaction to tightness, then observe the reaction to the tightness, but try not to add any fuel to the emotional fire. Try not to stir the pot. We'll be here just for another moment. And then inhale, slide on back to your tabletop position. Nice and easy here. Okay, let's step your right leg back. And now your left leg comes back, and we're going to come up to plank pose. So grip your fingertips and inhale, find your way up to plank. One plank at least in every yoga practice. Good for the health. So we'll hold this long and deep. And notice again your points of resistance. Notice your points of how you might want to work the body. Feel welcome to make any little adjustments you need to your plank pose. Hold it there for another breath, nice and steady. Almost there. And then exhale, drop the knees down. Exhale, let's come all the way down to the ground. Come up onto the elbows. And let's find our way into the cobra pose. So let's have a nice easy cobra at first. Your elbows far in front of the shoulders. Then lift the kneecaps up and just keep it nice and long. Stay here for a couple breaths. See if it's possible to lengthen and deepen the breath. Lengthen and deepen the breath. Feel the back muscles lifting the spine up out of the bowl of the pelvis, and be very aware and attentive of all that you feel. Now watch your neck. Many people drop the neck back, and instead just let your gaze be gently forward as your energy rises up through the top of the head. Then exhale, let's come on down, just rest for a moment. Long, steady breaths. Okay, let's come on back to cobra position, and now we'll see if we can go for slightly higher cobra. So inhale, lift the center of the chest up. Place your fingertips on the ground, lifting the elbows a little bit up. And then inhale, lift up, flattening the palms when it's comfortable for you. Be very careful not to shorten, crunch, or compress the back, but instead create length that's supported by lifting the ribs up and away from the hips. And you straighten the legs and lift the kneecaps. And then just keep lifting, 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 and then exhale. Back to cobra. Let's do that one more time. Come up onto the fingertips, flatten the palm, and then inhale, lifting, lifting, and just stay there. Notice your back muscles, and here's something very interesting. Are they tense and squeezed, or can you soften and release? Find the place where you can soften and release. Then feel each joint of the spine. Feel the joints of the spine. Keep a soft bend in the elbows so you're not hitting it too hard. We're almost there. Exhale. Come on down. Okay, walk your hands back. Curl the toes under. Press back through tabletop for a moment. And then inhale back again to downward facing dog. Stay in downward facing for a moment. Bend your knees. Drop the chest down. Then inhale back and up with the hips. We'll do that one more time. Bend the knees, drop the chest down, then inhale back and up with the hips. Walk your feet half the distance forward. Soft bend in the knees again for a moment, then drape your arms over each other. Forehead reaching down towards your forearms. Inhale, straighten the legs. And we'll just be here for a couple breaths. Allow yourself to soften and release, and generally and gently scan through the body, becoming aware of all that you feel. Shift your body weight a little forward. Shift your body weight a little bit back. Shift your body weight a little bit forward. Shift the body weight a little bit back. One more time. Shift the body weight a little bit forward. Shift the body weight now a little to the right. Shift the body weight a little bit to the left. Shift the body weight a little to the right. Shift the body weight a little to the left. Back to the center. Soft bend in the knees. Reach down, wrap your fingers around your big toes. Inhale, straighten the arms, lift and expand the chest. Exhale, fold forward and down. Soften the neck, soften the breath, the body. Lifting the kneecaps gently up, keep it nice and easy. Steady breathing, steady breaths. No fight, no force, just be here, keeping the mind calm and steady, all is well. Underneath whatever difficulty, there's an undercurrent of goodness, of graciousness, of alignment. One more breath here. Inhale, let's straighten the arms. Exhale there. Walk your hands forward. Give me a soft bend in the knees. Let's step it back to plank. Find your plank position. Drop the knees down. Exhale, aim the chest all the way down. Inhale, we'll come up to upward facing. So you're going to lift the chest and then point the toes. And now fully straighten the arms and lift the center of the chest as it rises up. Soften the glute muscles, and then exhale, roll over your toes and step back to downward facing dog. And then step your left foot forward, turn your right foot completely out, grab your yoga block and place it on the outside of your left foot. And then pressing the left hand into the yoga block, inhale, reach that right arm up. And we'll hold this for a couple breaths. And allow yourself to really feel the lengthening, deepening through the left inner thigh. Pay attention to the elongation through the right side body and really stack the shoulders perfectly in line with each other, rolling both shoulder blades down the back. And now let's lengthen the Trikonasana just a little. So we're holding the block so you can lengthen your Trikonasana a little bit. Keep the extension outward from the left inner thigh. Stay there for a moment. Keep breathing, keep feeling. You can change the neck position if your neck gets a little strained. Almost there. Drop your right arm down. Walk your left foot in a little bit. Grab the block, bring it with you as we do the other side. Drop into your right hip joint. Keep the Trikonasana relatively narrow. So watch out for popping your rib cage up and instead let your whole torso elongate outward equally. Then extend the left arm up and really keep the movement as a drop in to the right hip joint as you feel the length and spaciousness rolling through the whole body. Then we're going to elongate that Trikonasana a little bit. So just make it a little bit longer. And notice the change in the feeling. Really press into your right hand to support the posture, engaging your legs as much as possible. Stay for just a few more moments. Notice what you feel. Make sure the body is safe. But at the same time, notice the places of difficulty and your reaction to them. Okay, let's drop the left hand. Push into the right hand a little to bring that foot in. Inhale, come up. You can bring your yoga block with you. We'll orient back to the front. Put that back. Squaring the shoulders forward. Exhale, let's drop your right knee down. And we'll stay here for a few breaths. Dropping the right knee down, keep it nice and easy. Squaring the pelvis forward, we'll gently rise up and stay here for a few breaths. Just holding, feeling, keep it nice and steady. Remember not to fight with the body, but instead just feel what you feel. So now we've got this hip extension on the right side. And now we're gonna move a little bit more down into the left. Take your hands forward, widen a little bit through the left side, and give me both elbows on the ground. And we'll work this lizard lunge for a few breaths. Feel what you feel, dropping the chest more and more down. If it's too much to come down on the elbows, then you can stay up on the hands. Notice the intensity from just holding the posture. Try not to avoid any places of discomfort. There's a misconception that yoga should always feel good. The idea is that there's comfortable discomfort in your yoga practice that helps train your mind to accept the inevitable, uncomfortable situations that arise in your life. So if you look for your yoga practice to only feel good, that's unfortunately like assuming that your life will always and only feel good. You'll be ill-equipped to meet the inevitable challenges that arise. So take this moment of particularly long hold in the lizard pose to help your mind really accept comfortable discomfort. Expand what you could call your window of tolerance. I'm okay here. I'm okay here. All is well. Underneath this discomfort, there is a calm and equanimous space within. Let me tap into that. Okay, one more breath. Then let's come on up. Press into your hands, curl your right toes under, and then slowly come up and all the way back to plank. Find your plank position, drop the knees down. Exhale, let's come on all the way down. Soften through the shoulders for a moment. And then inhale, upward facing, long, deep breath in. Exhale, downward facing. Okay, we're gonna do the other side. So inhale, step your right foot forward and then give me your left knee down, drop the left knee down, point the toes. Then inhale, come on up into a lunge. And we stay in the lunge for a moment and try to tune into the non-doing space. The space where you are non-doing, not forcing, non-doing, where what is simply is. Many times people come up into a lunge and they immediately start trying to push and go deeper, but I just want you to be here and just sort of be here and just observe what is. Tap into this quality of presence, sort of the isness of the posture. Then let's drop your hands down and maintaining that equanimous mind, elbows down. And then we've got, again, this deep movement into the lizard pose, so staying here. Notice the places of tightness. You need a little activation in your shoulders just to keep it stable here. Notice your pelvis. Notice what's going on throughout the body. Notice how there's this tendency to want to hit it hard, to want to push, force it a little bit deeper. Some basic rejection of what is. See if it's possible to simply let that go and choose to dive deeper down into the mind, into the heart space, into the isness of the moment. What is simply is. Refrain from telling the story about why this is good or bad. Just observe. Make sure it's all comfortable discomfort, so that as you expand your window of tolerance, your body stays totally safe Always find good alignment, healthy alignment in the body. We're almost there. Okay, let's press up with your hands and then move back to your hands and knees. Now we'll roll through just a little bit of cat and cow. So inhale, extend the spine. Exhale, round. Let's pull it under. Inhale, slow and steady. Extend your spine. Exhale, round all the way under. Inhale again, slow and steady. Exhale, round and under. One more. Inhale, extend, extend. Exhale, round and under. Now come back to a neutral tabletop position. Then, turning forward, we're going to do the frog pose. Between you and me, I don't really like the frog pose, but it's a good thing to expand your window of tolerance. All right, so if you got the blocks, we want to move those out to the side. Start off in kind of an open squat and make sure your feet are aligned with the knees. And then we'll just go a little wider, a little wider. All right, so stay there. And then you're going to feel like your inner thighs are going to pop off. All right, but then you're going to take the elbows down. And then the longer you stay, the more it's possible to open the thighs, and you might find a little more comfort. So we can think about this like a frog, or my parents used to have a white Labrador. She was awesome. She used to sit like this all the time. So we can think about it also as like Labrador puppy pose. Many dogs with those kind of frog-like open hips. I remember you want to press into your elbows enough so that you can really feel, yes, okay, all right, here it is. This is the comfortable discomfort. If you need a little extra support underneath your knees, towels, bolsters, or pillows do really, really well. So you can think about your spine lifting up out of the pelvis, and you can think about making peace with where you are. Make sure your joints are safe. Remember, no sharp pain in the knees. Just be here with breath and body. Notice what you feel. We'll add in a little challenge for those of you who might find this easy. Taking the hands on the ground now, slowly lift your chest up a little bit. So now you have your back muscles. We'll only be here for like one breath. Exhale, come on down. Okay, how to get out? Put your chest on the ground, straighten the legs behind you, and then inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Sink the knees back down. And then we return to the tabletop position. Staying in tabletop for a moment, flip the pelvis back and under, give it a big round, draw the knees together, and exhale, child's pose. This time, pull the shoulders forward and drop the head down. Squeeze your knees a little together and make sure your lower back gets fully reset. Mind steady and calm. Keep breathing, keep feeling. Then allow yourself a long, deep breath in as you rise up. Again, just feel your nervous system moving into a deep state of regulation, heart and mind coming into coherence, deep inner balance and awareness. Then inhale, let's open the eyes, cross your feet underneath you, and exhale, let's sit down, straighten your legs out in front. Then bend your right knee, holding the right knee up into your chest for a moment. Then exhale, drop it out to the side. Now, pull the heel in. All right, so let's pull the heel all the way in. Then I'm going to open the knee much more than you would for traditional Janu Sirsasana. So just move it so the knee points directionally back. And then slowly let your torso orient exactly between the two knees, which are now at quite a wide angle. Drop your fingers down and start to pivot your body weight just a little forward. That could be enough right there. Or you may find that you can come a little bit further down. And again, really just find what works with where you are. Keeping your breath steady and deep. Stay for like one more breath here. Then let's add a side bend. So press into the left arm and inhale, reach across. Keep it nice and easy here. You don't need to push it too much deeper than that. But if you feel it, you can allow yourself to just gently come a little over, 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 where your body takes you. Again, you don't need to go deep in order to get the deep benefits. The depth of the mind is not always correlated with the depth of the body. One more breath. If you haven't thought about your pelvic floor yet, now is a good time to just give your pelvic floor a little hello. So you squeeze the pelvic floor, then inhale, come on all the way up, and exhale, stabilize. Okay, draw the foot in, so now close the knee so that you can orient slightly towards the center. And now let's add in a very gentle spinal twist. Inhale and exhale, gentle twist. So we laterally stretched before, but now we're just using the base of this posture to give the spine a very gentle, open twist. As you lift the ribs away from the hips, keep the mind nice and calm and just enjoy the moment. Here you are, here's your breath. Here's the spine lifting up out of the pelvis. Stay there, breathing, feeling, exploring. And then inhale, orient towards your left leg. Now draw the ribs inward and then exhale, fold, allowing yourself to fold down over the left leg. Press your heel towards the pubic bone, right heel towards the pubic bone, left heel towards the ground. Stay here for a few breaths. If you need support for the neck, you can rest your head on your hands or even just drop the head down. Find what works. If you need support underneath your knee, you're always welcome to grab a block and place that under there. Strong activation of the pelvic floor as you really find the softness in the posture. One more breath. Find the place of complete harmony. Accept what is. Drop your fight with the body. Make peace with where you are. Inhale, straighten the arms. Come all the way up. Exhale there. Okay, draw the right knee up, straighten the left leg. Let's just stabilize there for a moment. Really press through the legs to come back. Then let's pull the left leg in. You might want to orient or just open the legs. You can reposition a little bit on your mat if you like. All right, so now remember the foot, the knees are quite wide apart. It's almost as though we have half of kind of an Upavishta Konasana position, but the left leg is folded inward. Naturally, your torso will orient exactly between those 2 points of the knee. So maybe not here, but something there. Then exhale, just pivot yourself slightly forward and down. And be aware of what you feel, the sensations, keeping the mind steady and calm, nice and easy. Steady breaths, and then exhale. You can drop your right elbow towards the ground, the navel deeply in, and then inhale, reach and lift. And again, notice that you don't really need to hit it too hard in order to feel this, but really reach and lift. So work where your body tells you that it's appropriate to work. Not putting in anything else, finding the muscles in their point of alignment, finding the mind in a deep space of inner regulation, keeping it nice and steady. And inhale, let's come on back up. Now, closing the knee just a little bit. So now we close the knee. And now we'll go for that light spinal twist. So inhale, lift the spine, and exhale. Hold on to the left knee with the right hand. And just easy look to the left. Keep the navel deeply in, giving a little pressure, just very light, onto the right knee as you lift the spine up out of the pelvis, pivoting and turning around. Steady, deep breathing. Mind is calm, inwardly focused. Pelvic floor engaged, almost there. Inhale, come back to the center, and now orient forward towards the right knee, your chest towards the right knee, and draw it in as you fold forward. So notice the navel drawing deeply in. Notice the points of resistance. Just allow yourself to feel and breathe. The left heel presses towards the pubic bone. Pelvic floor is super active. Keep the mind steady and calm. Keep breathing, keep feeling. No fight, no force, just be here with the breath. In the space of what is. Allowing yourself to really dive deeper down and in. One more breath, and inhale slowly, straighten the arms. Come all the way up. Let's fold the left knee in, fold the right knee in. Give yourself a nice deep squeeze in. Long, deep breath here. Fold nice and easy. Open the knees, open your squat a little bit. Inhale, roll up. If you need a little help with that, let yourself press up. Widen your squats and drop the elbows down. We'll hold this for a couple breaths. Press into the heels and just drop and lean forward. Steady breathing. Keep the mind calm. Just dropping forward and down. And squeeze the knees a little in. Let the knees open. Squeeze the knees a little in. Let the knees open. Then drop the hands down. Squeeze the knees a little in. Lift your hips. And then inhale. Come on back to plank pose. Okay, so we find our plank pose again. Then drop the knees down, exhale all the way down. Inhale, upward facing. Stay there for a moment, release the spine. Exhale, downward facing. From downward facing, let's drop the knees towards the ground, cross your feet. Exhale, sit down, and we're gonna grab the yoga blocks. So grab your yoga blocks, finding a good position. Your hips on the ground. Fold the feet towards each other. Position the blocks so they can support the knees. Now, if you want to grab a pillow and place it under your back, that might make this a little more comfortable as well. So then just gently elbows towards the ground and exhale all the way down. Rest your hands anywhere that's comfortable for you. And we'll just be here breathing, feeling. Now you bring the attention to the heart center. Begin to feel the heart. If you need to take your hands and just place them at the center of the sternum for a moment, so you can feel the resonance of the heart, so you can feel the breath, feel the resonance of the heart. Notice the space of the physical heart, and the inner body at the level of the heart. Then notice the space around the heart, so you can feel the vibration of the heart center. If you want to leave your hands or take them down, it's up to you, but keep your attention really just localized at the level of the heart. Plant the seeds of kindness, of love, as you feel the heart expand. Maybe simply saying to yourself, all is well, all is well. I tap into a stream of ease and flow. My heart is open to receive love, to give love. I am whole. I am worthy of love, kindness, forgiveness. I give myself permission to feel happiness, joy, and love. Feel the heart space for a moment now. Then slowly turn your attention to the legs. Let's draw the knees in towards each other. Grab your yoga blocks, move one on over to the side. Grab the other one. And then coming up onto your elbows, let's position the yoga block under your chest. So just gently fold your rib cage over the block. This is a little intense, but we'll be here, still breathing. And dropping your arms out to the side. And make sure that the block is under the rib cage. Stay here feeling. If you have any strain on your neck, grab the other block and place your head under the other block. It's really what feels more comfortable for you. But if you're comfortable as you are, then stay there feeling, breathing. Pointing the feet. Allow the rib cage to release and lengthen as your heart expands and opens. Notice the chest and the feeling through the chest. Notice the quality of your breath, how your body feels, how the mind feels. See if you can soften and release, moving into complete surrender, the open space of the heart, expansive, in a field of compassion, kindness, friendliness. We'll be here for a few more breaths, so just enjoy the moment as the heart expands. Breathing, feeling, breathing, feeling. If you need that support for your neck, don't be shy. You can rest the head on an object at any time. Feel the breath moving in and out through the heart. We're almost there, so just stay with it for a few more breaths. See if your breath can lengthen, deepen. Okay, let's bend the knees. Press into the elbows as you lift the head up. Come a little over to the side and drop that block on out. And delicately place the spine down, moving the block over. Constructive rest position for a moment. Just feel the spine equalize. Sacrum is on the ground, your knees towards each other. Deep breaths. Then draw both knees up into your chest. Soften through your head, your neck, your shoulders, and lift both legs up. Viparita Karani, just to really let the blood and circulation equalize through the body. Keep the heart center open and aware. the body, calm, equanimous. Keep feeling what you feel. No fight, no force, just breathe. Steady the mind. Open your attention to a deep space of inner awareness. Breath and body come into alignment. Gently bend the knees, drop your feet to the ground, and come to complete rest for a few breaths. Complete rest for a few breaths. Keeping the attention at the heart center, continue planting the seeds of metta. May I be happy. May I be friends with myself. May I forgive myself. May I open my heart and body into a space of deep grace, healing. May I open my heart to receive the true light of the world. Expand the heart space so that the entire body comes into coherence, into harmony with the heart. If there are places in the body that are in need of healing, let yourself open to and receive that healing, whether that's physical, mental, emotional. Then slowly, quietly begin to move your fingers, toes, your hands and feet, your arms and legs. Bend the knees and the elbows back to constructive rest for a moment. Draw the knees up into your chest. A little roll all the way over to the side. Keeping the eyes closed, come on back up to seated. And attention at the heart space. Feel the expansive nature of the heart now, the body, very refined and subtle. Feel the heart space as the body of energy. Bring your attention to the space around the heart, infinitely expansive, as an open field of compassion, kindness, and love. In that field, be aware of the presence of everyone joining this class here in this moment, infinitely outward in the future. Feel the presence and vibration of the connection of all your fellow yogis here with you now. May we all be happy. May we all be peaceful. May we all be filled with love, kindness, and compassion. Feel the presence through the heart space, infinitely outward. Notice the feeling of beings whom are close to you, your friends, your family members, those beings whom you love dearly. In the heart space, offer these beings love, kindness, compassion. Deep in the channel of the heart, be aware of the presence of all beings, all these human beings in every walk of life, the old, the young, the sick, the healthy, those whom have a home, those whom do not, those whom have a job, those whom do not, all the non-human beings, all the animals, the birds, the bees, the dogs, the cats, all the fish and sea creatures and wild animals that roam freely, all the beings whom are here with us on earth and all those whom have crossed over or remain on the other side in the spirit. May all these countless beings, may all beings, including myself, may all beings be happy. May all beings be peaceful. May all be friends and forgive one another. May all beings be safe and secure. May all be healthy, resting in love, in light, and in healing and grace. May all beings, including myself, may all beings live in harmony, harmony, harmony. Bring your attention to the heart center in the body, hands in prayer. Feel the presence of love as it doubles and doubles again, the pure vibration, the pure, true white light. Allow yourself a long, deep breath in. And as you exhale, gently, softly open the eyes, taking the world around you. Thank you so much for joining me on this practice. May you be happy, may you be peaceful, may you be filled with love. Namaste. Thanks so much for joining, everyone. I hope you feel a little bit of peace, harmony, and happiness in your life. And the live streams are on OmStars. You can go to omstars.com/live-classes. And then all of the high quality replays will be there. So we're actually filming these with super awesome cameras, and it just takes a little time to edit, and then these will all go on omstars.com. Thanks so much for being a member of OmStars. It really means the world to me. And remember, you can tune in this Saturday for a Backbending Basics course workshop at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you can't join the live stream, you can watch the replay. Otherwise, I will see you again Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday for live. And I hope everyone joining this broadcast has a little bit of peace and harmony to carry in your life today and every day. Again, thanks so much for joining, everyone. Namaste.